Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Chapter 10, Angles in a Circle, Exercise 10A, Basic Facts. So this is my second video for this exercise. If you want to know the basic facts, the basic definitions you want to understand, please watch my first video. Now directly I will move to the questions where we have to find the missing angles and we have to give brief reasons for that. So here's question number 9. Let's start. We are supposed to find the angles that are given in the represented with the letters E and D here. So whatever is easy for you, you can find that angle first. But first, quickly, I can see that there are two parallel lines, and if I join them with the transversal, I can get a shape of F. So it means the angle D, this one, and this angle will be equal to each other. So we can say, how can we find angle D? Angle D is equal to 75 degrees, and why it is 75 degrees we can give a brief reason, because these are corresponding angles, right? Now how can we find angle E? This one, you can see here that we have a triangle in which the three angles are 40, 75 and E. So how can we find the value of the third angle, right? How can I find angle E? I can subtract the sum of the other two angles like 75 and 40 from 180. Okay, we will complete it. Now how can we find angle F? To find angle F, let me show you here with a different color. Let's see, look at this one. Here we have 40 degrees and here the angle F. So both of them, they are making a straight line. So how can we find angle F? We can say angle F is equal to 180 minus 40 degrees. That will be 140 degrees, right? Let's find E. So here is the answer for angle E. It is 65 degrees because when we add 75 and 40, it gives us 115. Clear? Let's go to the next question. Now here is question number 12, and they want you to get the values of G, H and I. So first of all, find the value of angle G, then find the value of angle H, and then find the value of angle I. So to find the value of angle G, I think it's very easy because we have a large triangle, this one, in which two of the angles are given, and you can find the third one very easily, right? To find angle G, because clearly you can see here when you will get this angle, the value of angle G. Now here we are getting a shape of C because there are two parallel lines. So if we make it like this, it's a shape of C. So G and H, their sum will be 180, and clearly you can get that angle, right? And to get the value of I, it's very simple because we have an F shape over there. We have two parallel lines. These are the two parallel lines, and this is the line that is the transversal. So it will be, I will be equal to 74. Better pause the video here and complete the question on your own. So here are the answers for all the three angles. We subtracted the sum of 82 and 74, this angle and this angle, because I took the whole triangle and subtracted from 180, right, to get the value of G. Then G and H, they are co-interior angles. I can have a letter C over here, so I subtracted 24 from 180 to get the value of H. Now to get the value of I made this shape of F, the letter F, and it is giving me the value of I, that is 74. Remember, whenever we are making the shape of a letter, the two parallel lines should be part of that letter. For example, if you are making the shape of C, here are the parallel lines and this one is the transversal, right? If you are making, for example, the shape of F, then we have the two parallel lines, and here this is the transversal, right? And if you will be making a shape of Z, then this line, and here is the transversal, and here is the parallel line. So this one, and this one, they are parallel to each other, and this one is the transversal, right? Let's solve the next question. Here's question number 13. It says find the angles denoted by the letters. So we have here X, W, X, Y and Z, right? We have to find all these four angles. So how can we find, first of all, W? If you remember when I was explaining you the rules in a triangle, that if two sides are equal, That means it's an isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle, the opposite angles are equal to each other. So we can say W is equal to 73 degrees because this angle and this angle, they will be equal to each other because it's an isosceles triangle. In an isosceles triangle, the two sides are equal and their opposite angles are also equal, right? How can we find x now? X is equal to, now we got two angles of the triangle, 73 here, 73 here. How can we get the third angle? So it will be 180 minus 73 and 73. So the sum of 73 and 73 will be 146. Subtract it from 180 to get the value of x. Now when you will get the value of x, then it is very easy to find the value of y. Why? Because clearly you can see we have a z shape here, this one, right? So the value of angle x and this y will be equal to each other. When you will get the value of y, then you will find the value of angle z. How? Because all these are the angles on a straight line, 73 here, this one, and you will subtract the sum of these two from 180 to get the value of z. Now better pause the video here and find all the values on your own. So here are all the answers for question number 13. We got w, we got x. Now how we will get y? Because y is the alternate angle with this x. They are making a z. So y will be equal to x, that is 34. So I wrote 34 here. Now how can I find z? All these are the angles on a straight line. They will add up to 180. So if you want to find one of the missing angle, add the remaining, like 34 and 73, add them, it will give you 107. Subtract it from 180 to get the final value of z. Clear? Here are some questions, some challenge questions for you. Better pause the video here, solve all these questions on your own, and then play the video to check your answers. Here are the answers for all the challenge questions. Now this one is only, that is a little bit different because you can see here we have angles around a point. So angles add up to 360 at a point. All the angles at a point, they add up to 360. So we can add x and x. It will give us 2x plus 110. Total, it will be 360. Now move this 110 to the other side. It will be negative 110. So you will get 250. Now to remove this x, divide both sides by 2. So finally the value of x is 125. If you want to check, let's say, your answer, you can write here in place of x 125. Here you can write in place of x 125. If you add all these three angles, if it is giving you 360, that means your answer is correct. What about this one? To find the value of x, first we have to find the value of this y. How can we get the value of y? Because here we are getting a straight line and both these angles together, they are making a straight line. So angles add up on a straight line add up to 180. So 180 minus 118, 62. So the value of y is 62 degrees. To find the third angle of a triangle, you have to add the sum of these two from 180. Finally you will get 66, right? Like this. Okay, now this one, it's very easy because if you will be able to find the angle D here, how can we find it? It's a straight line. So 180 minus 116, it will give you 64. Now this angle is 64. How can I get G? It's very easy because it's a parallelogram. In a parallelogram, how I knew it? It's a parallelogram because the opposite sides are parallel to each other. This one is parallel to this one and this one is parallel to this one. So they are parallel, all the opposite sides are parallel. Now here this one G 116, so the opposite angle will also be 116. So the value of G is 116. How can you get the value of E? Because here you can see that we have a shape of C, that's why, or you can say it's a shape of F, and you can get the value of F, that will be 116. Where is F? It's here, 116. Or you can first get the value of E, that is alternate angles. How the alternate angles? Here there is a shape of Z. Let me show you clearly. We have a shape of Z here, like this one, so it's a shape of Z, so that's why E will be equal to D, right? So that's all for this exercise. Hope you understand it.